Y bueno, recuerden que los radioaficionados ayudan muchísimo cuando hay desastres naturales y se cae todo lo demás, ¿eh? O sea, de verdad son redes y son, digamos,
Così si
skills,
sente.
habilidades que estaría padrísimo que
Questo è
manejáramos,
quello che
porque
abbiamo.
salvan vidas,
Sì,
etcétera, ¿no?
quella
Entonces no es solo de
nostra.
repente hablan con la
Quando
NASA,
lancio
no.
la sigla
También está muy
parte il
padre,
solito
pero hacen
filmatico.
cosas en pro de la humanidad. Tenemos nada más ya de último la pregunta de mi Sonia, porque de verdad ahora sí, estamos a 15 minutos de que necesitemos que los chicos suban y de que Israel comience a hacer pruebas. Entonces, con mi
Vai con la
Sonia
sigla.
terminamos.
Gracias, es muy breve. Ayer en clase con...
Ok. Possiamo mettere. Mettiamo questo. L'Orbitron. Ok.
Claudio, are you there?
Yes, Israel, we are here.
Okay, Steve, are you there?
I am here.
All right. Let me know when we start with the script.
Just to confirm, Israel, so you're reading this script in Spanish, and then after the contact, I'll read the final part in English. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay, all right. 3 minutes?
So yes, then let's start in about 3. Yeah, okay.
Flipped mode.
Okay. ¿Pudieran mostrar el link de la estación espacial con el video en vivo? A ver si tienen el de la estación, el de la cámara arriba. Esta cámara está libre de acceso, es una cámara que está arriba de la estación espacial en tiempo real. Eso es donde está pasando ahorita la estación. Entonces, si fijan, está de día y al rato que vean el mapa va a entrar a la oscuridad en Italia porque pues allá ya es tarde. pero esta la pueden encontrar en la página de YouTube de la NASA. Hay un apartado donde dice en tiempo real y hay dos cámaras. Esta es una de ellas. A veces la mueven y se ve el planeta hermoso, ahorita porque se ven los módulos. Eh, pero bueno, quise mostrársela porque todos tienen acceso a eso y la gente no sabe. Entonces es cuestión de explorar para que vean todo lo que existe en redes sociales y sobre todo que vengan de páginas oficiales, ¿no? Entonces esta página, este link, lo encuentran ahí y ahí se alcanza a ver, me parece que ese módulo es de Japón. No sé si alcanzan a ver la bandera. Ese módulo me parece, si no me equivoco, y si es la bandera, es de Japón. Ujú. Ahí está el brazo, que le llaman Canadá, y pues los otros módulos no recuerdo bien cuáles son desde afuera. Pero bueno, era una observación para que lo tuvieran en cuenta, ¿no? Que está a la vista de todos. Es más, a veces lo pongo hasta en mi oficina, todo el día.
Okay, Steve, we have 5 minutes and 21 seconds to the content.
Steve here. So we should be good, Israel, to start the script.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Vamos a empezar con la parte de moderación. Voy a empezar a leer un escrito que es un protocolo del contacto vía Telebridge, que se le llama. Ok, Steve. Ah, buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Jaime Israel Salas Elizondo. Soy radioaficionado con siglas XC2L y para este evento soy el moderador para el Instituto Federal de Comunicaciones y la Escuela Vermont aquí en la Ciudad de México. Con la ayuda de voluntarios, radioaficionados y de la tripulación de la Estación Espacial Internacional, esperamos establecer contacto vía radio en los próximos minutos con la Estación Espacial Internacional, que vuela a más de 320 kilómetros de altura sobre la Tierra. Todo esto se logra por la ARISS,
Sì, sì, c'è
por sus
in
siglas en
diretta.
inglés, Amateur Radio on the International Space Station, en español, radioaficionados en la Estación Espacial Internacional. La ISS está viajando actualmente hacia Europa, rumbo a Italia, a una velocidad de aproximadamente 8 kilómetros por segundo o 28,000 kilómetros por hora. Para el contacto de hoy tendremos el apoyo de un enlace tipo Telebridge por medio de radioaficionados de la ARISS, que es una red mundial de estaciones terrestres que permiten a los estudiantes comunicarse con la ISS. ARISS es un consorcio de radioaficionados voluntarios de 9 naciones que desarrollan y operan la estación de radioaficionados en la Estación Espacial Internacional. Algunos miembros de la ARISS son the American Radio Relay League, the Worldwide AMSAT Radio Amateur Satellite Corporation, the space agencies from Canada, Europe, and Japan, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, and the Russian Federal Space Agency. La estación terrestre de radioaficionados que establecerá contacto con la ISS es Indio Kilo 1, Sierra Lima Delta, operado por Claudio Arriotti, ubicado en Casale, Monferrato, Italia. Gracias por ayudarnos, Claudio.
Gracias, Israel.
Tenemos aproximadamente 5 minutos para recibir la señal de la Estación Espacial Internacional. Nuestro contacto para el día de hoy con el Instituto Federal de Telecomunicaciones y la Escuela Vermont, aquí en Ciudad de México, los estudiantes tendrán la oportunidad única de hablar con el astronauta Nick Hague. Sus siglas son de radioaficionado KG5TMV. La estación espacial utilizará el indicativo de llamada NA1SS, o sea, November Alpha One Sierra Sierra. Para saber un poco del grupo reunido el día de hoy, me gustaría presentar a la coordinadora de la escuela para que nos cuente un poco sobre la institución.
Attention Israel, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds to the contact.
Okay, Steve. Yep.
I would suggest just give it over to the radio station at this point, Israel. We can do the rest later. He's calling it 1 minute and 30 seconds, so we should hand it over to him now.
Laude, you want to make the presentation?
Okay, thank you, Israel, for your presentation. Briefly, our Telebridge station is located in northwest of Italy, 100 kilometers from Turin and Milan. We have a complete station with automatic tracking system and for the ISS in real time. And when T minus 30 seconds, I'll go to call Nick aboard the ISS, operating today with Oscar Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra call sign. And when we have the signal loud and clear, I will invite the first student to go to the microphone. Very important thing is to don't forget to say over, because this is a very important thing to coordinate the conversation between us and the astronaut. So I see the ISS approaching to our station, so I'm calling in 10 seconds.
Segundos, todos en silencio y sus celulares apagados o dirección.
Oscar Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra, this is India Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta Telebridge ground station calling for a scheduled ARISS contact. Do you copy, Nick? Over. Oscar Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra, this is India Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta Telebridge ground station calling for a scheduled ARISS contact. Do you copy, Nick? Over.
Kilo 1 Sierra Lima Delta, this is Oscar Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra. I copy you loud and clear. I am ready for the contact. Good day.
Okay, Oscar Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra IK1SLD. Good afternoon, Nick from Italy, and thank you to you for your reply. Your signal is loud and clear. Today we introduced the Federal Telecommunications Institute and Vermont School in Mexico. Are you ready for first question? Over.
I am ready. Over.
Okay, go ahead, Renata.
My name is Renata. What steps did you take to become an astronaut and to travel to space? Over.
My first steps start exactly where yours are, in school. It all starts with a great education. I loved math and science, and those things got me interested in engineering and building satellites and building rockets, and that led me to becoming an astronaut. Over.
My name is Karim. What did you find challenging in your training? Over.
One of the difficult aspects of our training is that we have to train in so many different things. An astronaut has to do a lot of different jobs, and so we have to get training not only in engineering and science, but we also have to get it in biology and medicine and how to do repairs and hands-on things and language training and cultural training. And so there's so many different things you have to learn. That can be challenging.
My name is Blue. What roles do astronauts perform on the ISS? Over.
Yeah, well, exactly like I just mentioned, all those things that we train on and study, those are the things we have to do up here. And so I'm a mechanic. I help repair things up here, but I'm also a scientist and I help conduct experiments. I have to be able to pilot, so fly the spacecraft up here, or work a robotic arm, or a number of things. I have to be a doctor and help draw blood or give someone stitches. There's so many things that you have to be able to do because there's only 7 of us and we all have to be able to take care of each other. Over.
My name is Isabella. What kind of food do you typically eat in a day on the ISS? Over.
Isabella, we have about 250 different types of food in the U.S. food system. But one of the things I enjoy is that I also get to share and trade some of my American food with my international friends and my international colleagues. So my crewmates have been from Canada, they've been from Italy, they've been from Russia, and we share the food, and that's one of the great parts of this, is just being able to share in that international community. Over.
My name is Daniela. What happens to the liquids in the body when there is no gravity? Over.
Daniela, everything floats in space. And so if you drink a cup of water, it goes into your stomach, but then it floats inside of your stomach. That can make you feel full quite a bit of the time. The other thing that it does is on the ground, usually gravity pulls your blood and fluids in your body towards your legs, and so you get used to that feeling. Up here, it's more evenly distributed, and so you feel more full in the head. Over.
My name is Renata. How often do you get sick while in space, and how do you undergo medical checkups? Over.
You know, fortunately, space motion sickness only lasts a couple days, and then your body adapts. But you never know, and you're constantly going through adaptation to space. And so each week I meet with my flight doctor, and we discuss all of those things that might be changing. And one of those is motion sickness. Over.
My name is Victoria. Does time feel like it passes faster or slower when you're in space? Over.
Things can get really busy up here. We go from experiment to activity, and the days are long, and so a day can fly by really fast. So in some sense, time feels like it goes faster. But then, you know, I'm away from my family, and so when I start to think about the weeks and the months, it seems like I'm away a long time, and maybe it seems slower there. Over.
My name is Isabella. How does the silence of space compare to the quietest moments you experience on Earth? Over.
You know, Isabella, there's no sound in space. Fortunately, inside the space station, we're not in a vacuum, and so there's atmosphere. And so there's lots of sound up here, mostly from all the ventilation fans that have to work in order to mix our atmosphere so that we can continue to breathe a good atmosphere. So space isn't actually that quiet for an astronaut. I'm always hearing the hum of these fans running. Over.
My name is Natalia. How did your training help you achieve mission success on the ISS? Over.
Natalia, we can't do our mission up here without that training. There's just so many things that we have to figure out, and that training doesn't just stop when we launch. We continue to train on things while we're up here. So I'll get just-in-time training on an experiment, and they'll show me this is exactly what you need to do, and that training builds off what I learned before. So you're always learning. Over.
My name is Diane. What is the most impressive thing you have ever seen in space? Over.
That's really hard. That's really hard to answer. There's so many amazing things. Just the other day, I got up and my crewmate, Don Pettit, we were in the cupola, and he showed me a comet that is approaching the sun, and we watched it as the sunrise was happening, and you see this comet appear over the horizon of the Earth, and it's just breathtaking. And so space is full of just miraculous things. Over.
My name is Jimena. Is it possible to observe Earth rotation on its axis or its orbit around the sun from space? Over.
Jimena, you know, it is. You have to pay attention over a long period of time. But our orbit goes around the Earth all the time, but it slowly shifts because of those rotations of the Earth and the rotation of the Earth's orbit around the sun. And so we see those subtle changes that you see as changes in season on the ground. We also see those changes up here. Over.
My name is Regina. What has been the greatest challenge of living and working in space, and how did you overcome it? Over.
You know, one of the hardest things is just being away from all of your friends and family, your loved ones. You know, there is that separation. Fortunately, we have a lot of modern technology that helps us stay connected, whether that's through phone calls or video chats. And so I try to write emails and talk to my family as often as I can. Over.
My name is Joaquin. What research are you currently conducting in your lab? Over.
Yeah, Joaquin, in the course of a mission, we'll do 300 different experiments. Today, I just changed out a sample where they are slowly heating metals and then letting them grow their crystal structure again so that they can understand the fundamental character of these crystals and their shape in microgravity when gravity isn't squishing them. That's just one of 300 different other experiments, and those experiments cover the entire range of science and engineering. Over.
My name is Amelia. What crops have you been able to grow on the ISS so far? Over.
Amelia, we have grown lots of different things, but in general, what we've focused on initially are the things that are easy to grow, that you could consume, and that they don't have a lot of processing. So think lettuces, and think of like tomatoes. Those are things that you can just pick off the vine and you can eat them. Things like wheat, where you have to process it into flour so you can make bread, is more complicated. We have grown wheat in space, but we've got to figure out how we're going to process it and be able to eat it. Over.
My name is Santiago. How are you preparing for deep space exploration missions in the future? Over.
Santiago, we're doing it right now. We're testing out some of the hardware that they're going to use on those deep space missions right here on the space station. Hopefully we can figure out all the bugs right here so that when they launch into space, it works deeper into space, it works for them. Over.
My name is Valeria. If you could go back in time 5 years, what would you change and why? Over.
Oh, that's real hard. I try not to live in the past. I focus on where I'm at right now and the things that I can do and the opportunities that lay ahead. I don't think I would change anything. Over.
My name is Elisa. What is the next step you aim to take in your career? Over.
Elisa, in the next step, in a few months, I'm going to land. And after landing, we have to go through a readaptation period on the ground. And so for the next 6 months, after I land, I'm going to be recovering from living and working in space for as long as I have. After that, who knows? Over.
Okay, this is the last question. Greetings from the school.
Yes. Nick, I'm Maria Emilia Bayer, Director of the Science Museum Universum in Mexico City. We all want to give you a big, big thank you with the seconds that we still have. So, on the count, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, Nick, for this conversation. Really enjoyed it a lot.
We have lost a signal now.
That's great, Claudio. Thanks very much. It's entirely possible that Nick did hear that last transmission and was unable to respond. But well done, school, Vermont School in Mexico. Really well done. So I'll just make a final comment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all shared a moment of history. Amateur radio IK1SLD, located in Casale Monteferro, Italy, contacted ISS astronaut Nick Hague, KG-5TMV, aboard the International Space Station, who spoke with students in Federal Telecommunications Institute, IFT, and Vermont School, Mexico. Thanks to everyone here today for participating in ARISS program and allowing us to showcase this fascinating aspect of amateur radio, especially to our students who are assembled here today who provided some wonderful questions. Let's have a final round of applause for everyone, please.
Yeah, and thank you, Claudio.
Thank you to you. Thank you very much.
And one final comment, just to acknowledge the agencies involved that make up Team ARISS, and this of course includes the ARRL, the Worldwide AMSAT Radio Amateur Satellite Corporation, CSA, ESA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, NASA, and the Russian Federal Space Agency, Roscosmos. Once again, thanks everyone. Thanks Claudio, thanks Israel. Great job, really well done. The questions were so great, the answers were great as well. Thanks again, back to you, Israel.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Claudio.
This is our team today at the station. Ciao, ciao from Italy.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. Gracias.
Gracias to you, everybody.
Back to you, Israel.
Thank you, Steve. See you, Claudio.